of image that has been created in the mind of people here, I think in Europe and perhaps in the States, there is fear, there's a serious concern about the implications of robots. People do have concerns. Okay, well, we will have robots to do, to do what we do, and we will be unemployed, and then what happens next? So how do you feel about this? I don't want our societies to progress. I want to give a chance to technology to help us in the problems we have. We do have so many social problems, and if robots can do a job, then why not respecting the human rights, respecting our values? Is it very pessimistic view when people look at robots only from the eyes of, this suspicion?
Yeah, so a couple of things to say in response to that, because I think it's a really important question, because there is a lot of fear. And there's always fear in the face of anything new. But I would say that in the world of technology and the development of information technologies in particular, this is not new. I mean, already back in Plato's Phaedrus, in ancient Greek times, there was fear that writing was going to ruin society.
Yes.
And so Socrates argues in the Phaedrus that we should really not do a lot with writing, because writing will destroy society, civilization will fall apart as a result of it. We'll rely on these external apparatuses called books, and that is going to cause the crumbling of the world that we know. Well, it didn't happen, right? We said the same thing about television, about video games, about the internet. Every new technology has this fear that it is going to erode something that is really crucial and very valuable to us. I'm not saying that the fear is misplaced. I'm just saying there's a repetition of this fear in the face of something new. What needs to happen, I think, in order to respond to this in a way that is not fearful, but is informed, is to understand what is the set of values that we're trying to protect from the supposed threat, and how best to go forward in a way that respects those values without being kind of reactionary, without doing something that would be sort of backwards thinking as opposed to forward thinking. And I think that's where engaging in questions like human rights, robot rights, social relationships, all this kind of stuff needs to be on the table now, before these become big problems, so that we can get out ahead of it in a way that we can be proactive as opposed to being reactive. And I think that's the real challenge. And it's not a challenge that can be met by one discipline. Like, the engineers aren't going to solve this. The AI scientists aren't going to solve this. This is going to be solved when the engineers and the AI scientists talk to the political scientists, the sociologists, the lawyers, the philosophers. It's going to be a real interdisciplinary collaboration if this is going to be done right. And I think every discipline has a lot to bring into the conversation, and that we need to be looking at ways of opening the avenues of dialogue so that we can begin to work together on solving these big, grand challenges.